My favorite theory is the existential created by Fritz Perls because it deals with the here and now. This theory helps people with worries and depression. People have the power to change and become aware of self. People who are open to new ideas and struggling with losses, disabilities, illness, and depressions. The theory helps the relationship between the counselor and the client because of confrontation allows the counselor to challenge clients to be able to recognize that she or he is responsible for their own life. By helping clients look over their life and planning goals, clients can start seeing that their choice can either be here or now. And it would be a direct impact on their life. My personal viewpoint of human nature is that there is no fault in the individual in the world, but mostly holy people have problems too. My belief is that everyone is born free of sin because you are a baby and you can't do anything wrong. I believe that individuals are not in spirit good or bad because some individuals are not upright. Every human has their own faults. No matter how hard an individual try to do good in life, something sometimes go wrong. God will constantly find in his heart to forgive everyone of their sins. A person problem is not easy to change, but they will have to take many steps in order to change. These steps are different for every counselor based upon the process of counseling. I believe that everyone has been through many life experiences to define themselves. Even if two counselors practice on solution-focused beliefs theory, they both will be focusing on different points throughout the section. For me, I feel the first step must be building a beneficial relationship with the counselor. With the client, the counselor and the client. Like, if I do not build a positive relationship with my client, then they probably won't be open to discuss with me what they want to change. And the process could take longer. So inside of my counseling sections, I would build empathy and I would make sure I respect my client at all times. I understand the bargaining with a client for goods is not permitted in the ethical and legal standards. I will go over the self-disclosure by explaining and answering questions for my client so that we can be clear on what is expected. As a counselor cannot be close friends with a client and cannot receive any kind of party invitations from a client. As a counselor, on no event will my client receive any personal information about me. Counselors in the state of Texas, in all states except Texas, have a duty to warn. I would set boundaries for my clients so that we can have no boundary issues inside of our counseling sections. I will also address unethical behavior directly with the clients and resolve problems through the counseling sections that will give us a better impact on our relationship. As a counselor, I have the honor and duty of taking care of my client and making sure that my client knows the boundaries when we first start counseling. One of the greatest tools a counselor uses to involve clients from other cultures is to openly accept any differences that they may have. Part of creating a positive relationship is being able to handle multicultural clients, expressing to learn more about them and showing respect for them, their worldview, belief system, and the means of problem solving. Language barriers are usually the main encounter between clients and counselors. And communication problems leave unexplored and can lead into mistreatment or abuse with your client. Counselors can help avoid this by always documenting the counseling section and noting the steps that you have taken to understand and adjust the client's individual culture. The lack of compassion to a client's background and experiences can also result inside of miscommunication of a client. So I will make sure that I would have different types of training when dealing with multicultural clients in the world today. My counseling skills or ideals about counseling will deal with me learning how to lower my tone when talking to others. I will also change over talking my client when they're speaking to me, and I'll also be attending and ask open-ended questions. I will restate what they have told me. I will also show empathy. I will set goals and summarize, so that way I can have intervention strategies. It's taught to me that people struggle with problems every day, and it is up to me to make a difference by practicing the counseling skills with my clients daily. As a counselor, you must be aware of the traits and skills which influence the help process. Not only understanding the approaches is important, but the counselor's own values, thinking, and worldview is important to make sure that your job is successful. The connections and dealing with everyday events that the individual choose to have can also build the actions that have occurred throughout the individual's life. So I have faith in my atmosphere when it deals with religion, sexual identity, personal appearance, and the environment can help me deal with a client with the problems that's in hand, just knowing their background. I also feel that a counselor must understand problems not only based on the situation, but just on the individual history. As a counselor, I need to help every client develop a positive lifestyle and social interests. My goal is to establish positive self-esteem and to help my clients understand the importance of knowing who they are. When I am counseling a client, I will be using different approaches based on the situation that is at hand. My approach will be different for each client. The techniques and tools that I believe will assist me in the process of change, again, will be different for each client. If the client who needs long-term counseling, I will use more of REBT, person-centered counseling, to make sure that the client understands their situation, and I will not come up with a situation with a resolution for the client. I will make sure that the client come up with their own resolution to their problem. And again, I will do different trainings to do my role as a counselor. And I will make sure that if I can't help my counselor, that I will refer them to a counselor that is more experienced than me. Thank you. Have a good day.